Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are outside. It's a little bit chilly, but the sun's out, so we're gonna make the best of it. We have a couple little projects we're gonna do in the garage today. So the first one is we're gonna work on touching up some of Medusa's trail rash on her wheels. Now I haven't taken her off-road yet. When the wheels were on Natasha, they got all kinds of off-road scars. And the reason I'm doing it is because we're going to get ceramic coated here in a couple weeks, and I want all these little imperfections to be covered up as best as I can to where it looks good. I'm sure Medusa's going to be more of a mall crawler and a cruiser than she is an off-roader, so we want her to look sassy. Stuff like this is not sassy. So what am I going to use? Well, let's see. So I got a couple things over here I'm going to show you that I'm going to use to get these scratches taken care of. So I filled up this empty bottle. It used to have interior cleaner in it. I put some Dawn soap and some water in it to clean it off. Got a microfiber, some rubbing alcohol, and then this wheel scratch repair kit. I've used it several times. It works, so that's what we're going to be using. This method is the way that I like to do it. I'm not looking for showroom finish or anything, so what I'm going to do first is I'll start with the spare. They're all going to be similar, so I'll show you how I do this one. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of soapy water just to clean it off. Well, it looks like I put a little too much soap in there, so I'm gonna have to go get a bottle of clean water and clean that off. So I'll be right back. Well, I couldn't find any more empty spray bottles, so we're just gonna do this kind of caveman style. And it's rinsed. I'll dry it off and we'll go on to the next step. So I'm gonna pour a little bit of rubbing alcohol on here. I think there's some in the kit, but it's just a wipe, so give it a little extra cleaning right here. Just mainly focused on the spots I'm going to be touching up. I'll let that dry for a minute and we'll go on to the next step. So the rubbing alcohol is all dry, and now I'm going to move on to actually doing the repair. So I have my little pen here and I'm going to go ahead and start touching that up. So I have this little applicator. There's also like more of a fine tip, but I like this one just because it is easier to cover up the gouges. So we're just gonna, again, I'm not looking for perfection here. I'm just trying to do like where it looks good from 20 feet away. All right, there you go. So started off looking kind of like that, and now it's looking like that. Once it dries, it'll blend in a little bit better. So that's how I'm going to do the rest of them. So we got the first wheel all done, and as you can see, I'm only about, I don't know, 8 feet away there. So the closer you get, you can see more of the imperfections. But again, we're just going for 20 foot. Want it to look good. They're going to off-road again, so I'm not going to get too crazy. And I'm going to get smart this time. This time on the next wheel, I'm just going to spray some soapy water on a rag and then wipe it on the wheel instead of doing the way I did it the first time. So I'm learning. Well, that method worked a lot better, spraying some soapy water on a rag. So no one ever said I was smart, but I do learn. So right now we're getting ready to start on this wheel. We got some pretty good gouges on here. Nothing too major, but just make them look a little bit better than they are. That's pretty much how I'm going to do them all. And again, not looking for perfection, just something that when you're looking at it from about 20 feet away, it's like, wow, those look good. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, and then we'll move on to the next project. Okay, well, we got the wheels all done. And now it's time for one of my least favorite, absolutely annoying ass projects. I have to take the back seats out of Phoebe and put the goose gear deck back in. So this never goes well, no matter how many times I do it. I always forget a bolt somewhere, and it's always buried somewhere. So wish me luck. Okay, we got the seats out and now we're getting ready to take them over to the storage unit. One thing I always like to do, there's this threaded end here that connects the big seat to the small seat, and there's a nut that I don't want to lose. So I'm just going to put it back on. So next time I need it, I won't have to look for it. Load it up. I got the freedom panels. All set to go to the storage unit. Want to come along? It'll be exciting. Storage units. Go change everything out. Here's our storage unit. I know it looks empty. During the summertime, that's where Natasha's hardtop sits. So we got to pick up Sunrider top and then all the goose gear pieces. So I'll be back once I get everything loaded. All right, well, we got everything loaded back up. So we got all the goose gear pieces that I need, Sunrider top, reorganize everything again. These seats and freedom panels are here until we need them again. And there's Natasha's seats over there, which I haven't been in probably 4 years, but let's get home and get this stuff put together. goose gear installed. Come have a look. It's the full sleep setup now. So it's decked all the way from the tailgate to the back seat, set up for dog hauling mode. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna install the Sunrider top. I'm not gonna do a full install on that because we did one last year. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description so that if you would like to go back and watch that, you're more than welcome to. So let's get started. Just gonna do all finger tight for now. I don't know how it's even physically possible that no matter which way I look, the sun's in my eyes. You don't want to go over tighten this because you'll break the plastic. This is always the hardest piece out of the whole thing. Never wants to stay in there. This is how easy it's supposed to take, almost an hour, and it should take 10 minutes like it is this year. Oh well. Some days you're the diamond, some days you're the stone. Voila! Less than 10 minutes. All right, well that wraps up the Sunrider. Took less than 10 minutes, which is what it's supposed to do, even by yourself. Last year we had some difficulties. First time we ever put it on this Jeep, but she works. So we're all set for the sunshine and brain boiling heat. So that pretty much wraps up our DIY stuff today, doesn't it, Erin? All right, yeah, Erin's out here trying to catch a suntan on her earlobes today because it's a brisk 49 degrees out here. So now we're gonna get to some fun stuff. We're making some appetizers tonight. Some of it on the Blackstone, some of it in the house. We're gonna set up the garage, bring the dogs out, and try to enjoy the rest of the evening. So we'll be checking in from time to time. Hope you've enjoyed this video so far, and if you have, please do me a favor. Why don't you go ahead and like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you know somebody who might like this kind of content, go ahead and share it. And just a reminder, we have a new Instagram account. It has the same name as the YouTube channel, Gridlin_Jeepers. I think we're up to 13 followers now. Granted, half of them are family and friends, but that's okay. So today we've been updating with stories and reels as we've progressed during the day. So if you want to see more behind the scenes stuff, that's where you do it. Oh, this is gonna have no volume on it. Hi! Puppies! All right, Chef Erin, what are we making tonight?
Tonight we are making some barbecue chicken potato skins, but they're not like your typical potato skin. They're just potato pieces.
Thickly sliced potatoes?
Sliced, yeah.
Those look good.
And then a couple little extra pieces for the dogs.
Nice to be out here on the Blackstone. The E Series is a great griddle, but it's nothing compared to the outdoor propane griddles. Just totally different cook.
Totally different cook.
How long has it been now?
It's been 5 minutes. I'm gonna flip them, see how they're doing. It said 5 to 7 minutes per the recipe, so We're gonna see what it's gonna be like after 7 minutes this time. And then I'm gonna go inside and start the tortellini in the air fryer. Crispy for sure. Yay.
They look delicious. How long we letting them cook this time?
7 minutes this time.
Okay. So obviously we're coming into this a little late. How did we get to this point so far?
We had some boiling water in the tortellini. That's what the recipe called for, was just to put it in some boiling water. So I'm gonna drain it, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna drain it because it's underneath there and it's under boiling water. So I might just kind of see what happens with this. And then I'm gonna toss it in some oil and some spices and put it in the air fryer.
Nice.
We got them drained. We, use our little pasta spatula thingy from QEC. Awesome. I'm gonna put some olive oil on it and some garlic and herb seasoning. This is my favorite. This is my favorite.
Okay.
And then we're gonna stir it around, and then they're gonna go in the air fryer.
So you put that oil on there to crisp it up
Yes.
in the air fryer?
Just use this to coat it. Oh, and I think I have to top it with some Parmesan cheese. I'll have to get that. All right, I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese as well. I may add a little bit more oil, depending on if it's sticking really well or not. I think the Parmesan cheese and the oil is supposed to crisp up the tortellinis from what I read on the recipe. You don't have to cook these. They were refrigerator tortellini, and I just put them in some boiling water for about 5 minutes.
And why did you do that?
That's what the recipe called for.
Oh, so these are already pre-made tortellinis, not frozen,
Correct.
but they were just
Not-
pre-cooked, refrigerated,
Refrigerated.
and they specifically said to use that.
That's what they said. They said they're gonna get the best crispiness.
Okay. We are going full-on double baskets tonight. It's intense. Going into the Ninja. How long are we going and for what temperature?
375 for 8 minutes. Now it's time to put the chicken down. We just got some essential seasoning on it, and then it's gonna get barbecue sauce when we're all done. This is a chicken breast that I cut up into small, thin pieces. I like to cook it this way. I think I'm gonna take the potato skins off. I think they're about done. They're a little squishy on the inside, but not too hard, I guess I want to say. And then I'm gonna let the chicken cook for just a few more minutes, and I'm gonna take it inside, chop it up with some barbecue sauce, come back out, and we're gonna build these. The chicken is done. I'm gonna take it off and take it inside, and I'm gonna chop it up and toss it with some barbecue sauce. Put the potato skins back down, because that's where I'm gonna build them. Because we're gonna steam them after I put some cheese and barbecue chicken and possibly some more cheese. Got some Kojak that I shredded earlier today. Gonna just pile it on there. I believe the recipe calls for a Mexican melting cheese, but I had Kojak, so that's what I'm using. Chicken. I put inside, chopped it up, put it in our favorite barbecue sauce. Now we're just gonna pile it on here. I don't think you need a lot. Just enough.
steamy like a jacuzzi.
Just a little bit more.
Is that satisfactory melted for
I
you?
think that is satisfactory meltage. Oh, look at that cheese skirt.
Very captive audience as usual. And don't worry, Elvis just had a little procedure to remove something off his eyelid. The cone comes off on Tuesday, so that's 3 days from now. He's totally fine. Ooh, oh yeah. So what are we doing now?
I'm gonna warm up our homemade focaccia bread into little chunks. Throw it in the toaster oven for a few minutes while we get the rest of the appetizers ready to eat. I'm gonna make some oil for our focaccia bread that is in the toaster oven right now. This is my favorite dipping oil. It tastes so good with the bread. It's Graza. You can buy it online. You can buy it at Meijer. You can I think you can get it on Amazon too. I like to start with a little garlic salt in our bowls. These are our dipping bowls. A little garlic salt. Gives it a little flavor. And then our bruschetta, I don't know, whatever mix that I got. Put a little bit in here. That's a little bit. And then we're gonna top it with this oil. And then when you dip your bread, it's quite magical. This is a little pickled jalapeno and onion that I made earlier today. Just got some vinegar in it. I think it was champagne vinegar. A little bit of salt, garlic salt, and then the diced jalapenos and peppers. Jalapenos and onions, I'm sorry. And just sprinkle it on. It's supposed to add some serious yumminess to this.
That's the best kind of yumminess, is serious yumminess.
And we can drizzle some ranch on it if you would like afterwards. I know Chip's not a huge ranch fan, but I am, so maybe I'll just have it on the side. This smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells good. It doesn't smell hot either. It smells yummy. So our tortellini is done in the air fryer. Looks pretty, sounds crispy. So we're gonna put this on our plates. We got double batches going. So we'll just work with one, and then I have some sauce in the closet that will warm up a little bit. And this is how we do appetizer night at the Fury household. We like to have our homemade focaccia bread with our oil and spices and garlic salt. We have our barbecue chicken potato skins. Our air fried crispy tortellini with some sauce. I had to zhuzh it a little bit. And then another plate of bread.
Looks amazing. Thank
I'm so
you.
excited.
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know this is a bit of a long one, so for those of you who hung in there, I really appreciate it. And we'll see you again soon. Until next time.